Welcome to this week's edition of Word of Wisdom. As part of the wisdom series I've been doing, treating the 7 pillars of wisdom, today I would want us to look at discretion and what it entails. As a matter of fact, when you read Psalm 112, the verse number 5, King David said, "A good man showeth favor and lendeth. He will guide his affairs with discretion." A generous man will always guide his affairs with discretion. What is discretion? That is the ability to make responsible decisions for your life. That is to say that everyone has the choice to make decisions. By discretion, you are where you are. By your ability or inability to make responsible decisions, that is where you are at the moment. The result of separating or distinguishing wise judgment and poor judgment is all hidden in discretion. Any person who manages his affairs or manages their businesses with discretion and justice will always build a stable foundation. Let me repeat it again. Any person who manages their business or their affairs with discretion and justice will always build a stable foundation. Discretion is a very technical legal word. And sometimes, if you've had the opportunity to go to court, the minute the judge sits in his or her bench, confronted by 2 lawyers defending for or against, he will allow them to present evidences, and by the evidences, he will use to draw a judgment, a discretion concerning the case, to acquit someone or to imprison someone. And that is why it's so funny in life. Someone may be guilty but can walk away from court free. Why? Because of the application of discretion. How did the judge do that? By evidence. You could be right, but without evidence, you can be imprisoned. Listen, you need discretion in every aspect of your life. In Proverbs chapter number 11, the verse 12, King Solomon has this to say: "As a jewel of gold is in swine's snout, so is a fair woman which is without discretion." As a jewel of gold in a swine's snout, in a pig's face, in a pig's mouth, in a pig's nose, so is it a beautiful woman without discretion. That means you can be very beautiful, educational, very fair, take tall, muscular, etc. to qualify your being. But if you don't apply discretion to your decision, you are as useless as a piece of gold in the mouth of a pig. The journey of life is full of signs, that is warning signs, especially when you are driving. You would see many signs, warning signs around you. Walking in town, you will see many warning signs. Some are to tell you stop, some are to tell you take the turn to the right or take the turn to the left. Some are saying don't go ahead. Some are saying the bridge ahead of you is very low, you may not be able to go through. You may be walking in a shop and the floor is wet and there is a sign saying there is a wet floor. You will have to use your discretion to either go through or stop by the warning sign. And that is to say that whatever warning sign that you have seen, it is not against the company should something happen to you. You have your own self to blame. Unfortunately, people don't come in front of us or don't appear before us with warning signs in front of their forehead to see that whether this person is a good person or bad people. And that's why it's very important that you need discretion. Discretion is the ability to be able to create the awareness of a person you have encountered, whether the person is fake, good, victim, or not. You can use discretion to create an awareness to know who is a fake person or false person, who is a foolish person or who is a flattery person. If there is any false person in your life, fake friend in your life, I will say this person is not worth your time, it's not worth your engagement. Let the person go. Who is a false person or a fake person? That is a person who speaks boldly and kindly to you, but is not loyal or trustworthy. They say one thing, but their actions are completely opposite to their words. They are there with you physical, but their heart is somewhere else, destroying you. Their words is somewhere else, destroying, defaming, and demeaning your character. This is a fake friend, a typical of Judas' mentality. You will remember that Judas Iscariot, a friend of Jesus, that Jesus even honored and gave him a position of financial director in his ministry, in his crusades. Not knowing this young man had ulterior motive, always at the presence of Jesus, but the heart has already sold Jesus out. The heart has already destroyed Jesus Christ. Hey, they could be there at your presence, but their heart has disappeared. After Judas Iscariot got what he wanted, guess what? He betrayed Jesus and ran away. Fake friends will always betray you. Fake friends will always destroy you. They will always sell you out. And that is why it's very important for you to use discretion in the right judgment to let them go. Number 2, foolish friends. Let go of foolish friends. Why? Because you will soon become like them. A foolish person has said in his heart, there is no God. And you wonder, does a foolish person knows everything? Yes, foolish people have the inability to make the right judgment. So they conclude that they know it all and they have it all. A foolish person say, I have the biggest land than anyone else, because they have not verified information from the other side. A foolish person will always conclude there is no God. But hey, discretion will ask, do you know everything? And the answer is no. Of course it's no, because nobody on earth knows everything. So if you don't know everything, could it then be the percentage of what you don't know could contain God? God could be hidden in the percentage of what you don't know. And the answer is yes. See how foolish it is. Now watch it very carefully. So Solomon said, don't answer a foolish by his folly, else you become like him. As a matter of fact, when you test a foolish person, you will know that they lack wisdom, they lack judgment, they lack sense to make the right decision. And that is why it's very essential to walk away from their lives. Hey, the last one I want to talk to you about, but not the least, is a flattery person. Who is a flattery person? A flattery person is someone who always showers praises on you and don't mean it. They can say you are the most beautiful, you are the most greatest, and yet they don't mean it. They are saying it for what they can get. They can come to you and say, hey boss, and shower all sorts and all types of praises on you, and yet they are in for what they can get. They are in for their interest. Walk away from them. If you have a spouse and all that the spouse does is to condemn you, everything you do, they have a problem against it. Yet they can praise other people, they can lift other people, they can speak well about other people's marriages, about other people's husbands, about other people's wives, about other people's children. Hey, remember, this person is cooking divorce in your own pot. Sooner than later, they will run away from you. Hey, get rid of a flattery person. Get rid of a fake person. Get rid of a foolish person. The 3 F's is what you need to get rid of this very year, so that you will live long and your life will be progressive. God bless you. Hey, if this has been a blessing, I want you to share this to your friends, brothers, sisters, uncles, work colleagues, and let them be inspired and be blessed, knowing that discretion is very essential in their lives. You can follow me also on my social network platforms. On YouTube, you can subscribe to Bishop Melvin Longdon and follow me on Instagram, Facebook, on Twitter. You can also listen to me on Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, and also on Spotify and SoundCloud. And I believe you will be blessed continuously. Hey, if this has been a blessing, let me pray with you. Eternal Father, bless us. Give us the wisdom to make the right decision, the right judgment, so that we will progress our lives in Jesus' mighty name. Amen.